Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Police did not adequately monitor breathing when restraining young woman. WA coroner warning, this story contains images and names of Indigenous people who have died. The way a police officer pinned a young woman on the ground for almost 2 minutes with his leg on her back contributed to her death, among other factors, the WA coroner has found. The coronial inquest into the death of a 26-year-old, who is referred to as Ms Wynne at the request of her family, found there was a series of mistakes made by police as well as shortcomings in the health system in the lead-up to her death in 2019. Ms Wynne's father died at the same age after being detained by police 20 years before his daughter. Like her father's death, Ms Wynne's death has left young children without a parent, Coroner Philip Urquhart wrote in his report. The family of the Noongar Yamatji woman has drawn parallels between her death and that of George Floyd, who died when he had his neck pinned to the ground by a police officer in 2020. The coroner ruled Ms Wynne's death was accidental, finding methylamphetamine, her physical exertions before her apprehension and the way she was restrained by police were all contributing factors to a cardiac arrest. Police failed to adequately monitor breathing. Coroner Ms Wynne was restrained by police on April 4, 2019 after she fled an ambulance in severe mental distress on Albany Highway, one of Perth's busiest roads. She was placed in the prone position, lying flat on her stomach with her hands behind her back for about 1 minute and 50 seconds, while a police officer weighing about 115 kilograms held his leg across her back and handcuffed her. Another officer placed one of his legs across her hamstrings. Coroner Urquhart found that one of the several factors contributing to Ms Wynne's death was her restraint in the prone position. In his 100-page findings, Coroner Urquhart stated, a police officer erred in maintaining his leg hold across Ms Wynne's upper back for longer than was necessary. This resulted in police keeping Ms Wynne in the prone position for an unnecessary length of time, and police erred in failing to adequately monitor Ms Wynne's breathing when she was kept in the prone position. Any movement that Ms Wynne may have achieved before she became unconscious was most likely due to her inability to breathe, rather than an attempt to resist or escape, Coroner Urquhart stated. She had stopped breathing and her handcuffs were removed before police and ambulance officers commenced CPR. Ms Wynne had sustained a severe hypoxic brain injury that was non-survivable. The WA Police Internal Affairs Unit said the restraint used by the officers was justified due to the risk of Ms Wynne escaping and running into traffic. The coroner did not make any findings of fault or blame against the 3 police officers involved in the restraint. However, he was critical of the police investigation that found the officers' conduct was in line with procedures. How it could be said that the restraint and handcuffing of Ms Wynne was done in line with policy and procedures, when no officer had effectively monitored her breathing is, quite frankly, incomprehensible, he said. Police only noticed Ms Wynne had stopped breathing and lost consciousness when they sat her up. She had not regained consciousness when she died 5 days later on April 9. No timely psychiatric treatment in the days leading up to her death. Ms Wynne had presented at Joondalup Health Campus on March 24, 2019 with her daughter over concerns her child had ingested medication. An examination by hospital staff found her daughter appeared well, but raised concerns regarding Ms Wynne's mental health. The on-duty psychiatrist registrar believed she was experiencing drug-induced psychosis. Her daughter was subsequently taken away and placed in the care of the Department of Communities. She was referred to Sir Charles Gairdner Hospital for further examination, but escaped the mental health observation area at Joondalup Health Campus while waiting to be transferred. Coroner Urquhart found a lack of mental health bed availability, which caused a delay in the transfer, created an opportunity for her to escape. This case is another example of a person in urgent need of psychiatric treatment not being able to receive it in a timely manner, he said. The coroner found having her daughter taken away would have been devastating for Ms Wynne. Inadequate mental health checks on the day Ms Wynne was fatefully restrained by police. 5 police officers were conducting a search for an unrelated person, and coincidentally ended up at Ms Wynne's mother's unit. Both Ms Wynne and her mother were at the apartment and became distressed when police entered. The coroner found that none of the officers conducted an adequate mental health welfare check of Ms Wynne, despite a note in the police system requiring any.